to have rest and relax, and I think it's normal. It's very close July, and July is a holiday
whole month, yeah. July and then August. So yeah.
Yes.
So guys have got their plans. Max may share if he would like to tell a couple of things. What about you? So did kids stop their school? So
Yeah, kids at least stop school.
yeah, this gesture explains everything. Yeah.
It was so tough because there are a lot of homework for very small kids.
Yeah, and parents had to explain the material, so schools never did that.
It was
So
a little crazy thing because I have to prepare everything, every subject. I received the homework in different ways, a blog, from Dojo application, from emails. It was totally crazy.
yeah,
It took me a long time to prepare everything. Yeah, it's true.
well, me for example, I was just doing only half of the stuff. Or my girl, well, Jana, she helps me with the project and everything. She actually, I asked her to help me with girls, well, to keep them to an account and help with homework and stuff, because everything, you're right, was everywhere. So like poor communication and no proper system. But now everything is over, which is great. What about your plans? So yeah, we'll speak to guys. Anton should get connected, hopefully. So what about your plans? Is quarantine going to be, well, over like mid-July, or have restrictions been eased? So what's happening? Can you go like, can you live life now, or?
Yeah, I live in Madrid, and Madrid, there are lots of
Still
restrictions. Yes. Go
so
outside.
Hello.
Hi Katish. Hi Antosh. Okay, so but do you know when everything is going to be back to normal, or not yet?
Almost normal, but it's not yet.
No.
Almost normal,
Okay.
but
So
you have to keep the distance between people, because we in Madrid we have the phase 2. It's not normal.
not yet.
The distance, have to use obligatory masks. It's not normal.
Yeah, well, same with us. So Moscow guys can tell us, well, what's happening there. So Antosh, well, hi to you, but well, let me ask Max, because we have started talking about this quarantine. So Max, what about restrictions in Moscow? So have you got back to normal life in Moscow yet, or not yet?
Oh no, it looks like normal life, because a lot of people doesn't wear masks, but I and my wife, we are wearing masks everywhere and every time outside. It's hard for us, because we would like to save our health, and we would like to have a good summer summer without ills, without issues, and that's why we are wearing masks. And I think common people in Moscow think what it's not serious, what COVID-19 is gone, and I think it's not true, and it's sad story, because in Moscow, in Russia, after a few days we'll start voting waiting for new constitution, and that's why I think it great politician game. Politician
or
game.
political.
Political game, and
so
because that's why it's sad story for me and sad story for common people.
Well, Antosh, thanks, Max. What about you there? So nice to see you, first of all. So I thought you would forget. You would forget, and you would say, "Oh, this club, these guys again. I don't want them." So, but you are here with us. So what's happening there? Normal life or not yet?
Normal, not so normal as I want. Many shops and shopping centers are open now, but it's no situation is not normal now, because some big factories in our town has many ill people by coronavirus. So measures will be continued for more time, more than we thought before.
Okay.
So
we'll see what's going to happen. Okay, and they say that there might be the second wave sometime in autumn. So we'll see whether it's going to be true or not. I know Katya has traveled, well, not that far, but still. So,
but a lot.
But a lot, yeah, even during this period, because in Russia, so there is no restriction to go from one place to another, right? So, and what about your impressions? So people live their normal life, or they try to follow the rules and these restrictions. What's your impression?
Mine? Or Tony?
Yeah.
Mine? I think people are different, and some of people follow the rules, and some of my clients are still staying at home and try to less their contacts to minimal.
To minimize their contacts, yeah.
To minimize their contacts. And what I have seen when I travel, I have seen that a lot of people live their usual life, and especially young people.
They don't care.
Yes, and some of old people, I think, don't care. And yesterday I was in ambulance, поликлиника.
In clinic or in the medical center?
In the medical, not hospital. Not hospital. It's clinic for. Not for stay in the hospital, but for
treatments.
For treatment. And they have rules to check the body temperature and to wear gloves and masks. But when people go inside, come inside clinic, they put their mask on their neck and don't care. I think it's stupid because for me it's right to have a gold middle point of view in this situation. We shouldn't have panic and we shouldn't have hysteria. Hysteria как
Истерию. Hysterical
hysterical
like attitude to kind of.
But we should have sense of health care and we should protect ourselves as we can.
As much as we can, yeah. So respect these rules that have been put in place for a reason. Okay, well, same with us here in Britain. It depends on people. Some people wear masks and gloves. Others, well, ignore, or they might not ignore. They don't do it, but at least they keep the distance. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I know for sure that mid of July, as Maria told, we're going through phases. In mid-July, everything will be open. So basically, like life should get back to normal. And as phase 3, so pretty much everything will be allowed. And shops, yes, but I mean, hairdressers, like beauty salons and things like that. So everything will be open again. And schools, by the way, just the last thing, and then we will change the topic and we'll speak about cinema and films and movies. But for example, there were discussions and even arguments in the government, at least Scottish government, so not England, because England has already, I guess they have already decided that kids go back to school or return to school as normal. But here, well, there were discussions what to do, and 1 week they announced that this will be a blended learning. I'll put it in chat for you. Blended learning, meaning that there will be
смешанное, что ли, какое-то?
Да, вообще blended learning это смешанное обучение. So
очное и
blended,
удаленное.
A kind of mixture of various
offline and online.
Offline and online, yeah. So a few days at school and some days at home. But Minister of Education and other like top guys in the government, in the Scottish government, they were putting a lot of pressure to stop that. So just a few days ago, there was another official announcement that kids go back to school or they return to school is normal. So even though there was like a lot has been done already to set or to prepare schools and schedules for blended learning, but everything is stopped now. And well, I guess everyone, parents at least, happy that kids will return to school and there will be like a usual time schedule for them to go to school, to visit schools. But the main concern here was one fact that vulnerable kids will be the most to suffer if they don't go back to school, if they introduce or launch this blended learning. So meaning that vulnerable kids, да, уязвимые. So yeah, kids from families, non-full families, or from families that
drunk parents.
Yeah, cannot like provide the standard level of living for kids. So these types of families. So there was a concern in the government that kids at least get some decent food and some education when they spend pretty much the whole day at school. So there was a big concern about this type of or group of kids. So, and the government management to basically, you know, to change or to influence this general opinion or general public opinion, and they managed to put in place or to convince everyone that normal school time for kids is something that we need to bring in. So we'll see.
I think we have the same situation. I've heard a lot of meanings from parents that they had that our government wants to make remote education in school, and it makes us anxious and angry, because it's I don't understand this point of view, because why we can visit restaurants, why we can visit other public places, and why our kids have to stay at home, because how pupil from the third form can study remotely, how teacher can explain how to hold a pen or how to write first words. I think it's impossible. And other side, that teenagers who can study remotely. But after these lessons, they go to the streets, and they got a big cloud of teenagers, and they visit shopping centers, and they have a big quantity of contacts.
Yeah,
I think it's
there is no, well, it doesn't make sense when I say there is no, well, point, or it's not going to work. Maria, just the last question, and then we will change the subject. What about you guys there? What about remote or distance learning at school? What is going to happen? Do you know yet, or it will be announced, so, or your government is not sure yet, so what's going to happen? Maria, we cannot hear you. Do you want, yeah, maybe if you could put here. Okay. That's better.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, a government here sends some, I don't know how to say, some kind of laws in order to solve the problem in education when kids return to the school in September. But I don't know, we have no, families don't see so clear the situation, because one rule when children returns to school is with a limitation of children per class. For instance, maximum children 20. I think it's a lot children. Even it's a lot. What happened with the rest of children? Anyone knows? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Still
very
not
difficult.
Clear. Still not clear.
I don't know. I think they are saying things, but without deep thinking. You understand me? I don't know.
Yeah. So clear enough. Yeah. So you're not sure. You don't know what. Okay. Well, we'll see. So
there will be sure that there will be restriction in the school, inside the school. But
okay.
It's very in my point of view, is very difficult to follow for kids. Keep distance. Kids are very small. They forget. They won't
bother to be bothered. No, what the cinemas, they don't care, so they will not bother, well, to keep the distance, or to, yeah, so not to hug each other or not to touch each other. So yeah, that's why here, for instance, like in Scotland, they decided no, well, back to normal, because well, they're going to interact close enough anyway, so what's the point? Yeah,
Yes,
so
I agree.
okay. Antosh, just last question. So what about schools in your place? Same like in Russia, or maybe your mayor, well, is going to introduce something very smart, some smart strategy. No?
I'm not sure what will be happened in September, but now people talks that maybe we will be in remote education until
forever.
Maybe forever, maybe some months.
For some months, yeah, until winter time or something. Okay, so
of course it's nonsense. Children don't learn on remote education, online education. Teacher only gave them home tasks and
never explain. They never explain.
Never explain. I am have to explain all.
So well, it's a new like kind of occupation for all of us to become a teacher. So in all subjects, various subjects. Okay, so right, guys, let's speak about like more positive things. Let me share the presentation if you've seen it. This is what we can discuss. Like, we'll just speak about this kind of hobby, maybe, or the way we and how we watch movies. Can you see my screen now? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, movies in life. I'm sure like all of us like to do it, or maybe not all the time, but at least occasionally. So I know Max has got a story to tell. Max, wanna step in?
What about my quarantine time? Okay. Yes, I can.
How many movies you have watched, or any serials, or maybe
a lot.
Okay, we can imagine. So a couple of words. Do you want us just to tell your thoughts?
Okay.
Like, is it your hobby, or like?
Okay. Yeah. I like watching serial and series and movie, of course. But before quarantine, we did it hardly ever with my wife, because we haven't got time for this, and we went to once for month or twice, and
Catherine, yeah. So kids. Well,
yes.
It's quiet with me for some reason, but I expect some noise as well. Yeah. So kids are everywhere.
And before quarantine, before quarantine, we were subscribed to Mediatheka and Kinopoisk. There are two
resources or portals.
Resources is when we are able to watch series or serial
online, or
yes,
without
online.
Yeah. So for
and
is it a membership? Sorry, is it a membership? You have to pay like a small amount of money monthly.
Yes. Mediatheka and Kinopoisk. It wasn't expensive, but its results there are resources for money. And when quarantine started, we canceled subscribe Amediateka, and we subscribed Netflix. It was my dream, because Netflix is a really expensive resource. But we have possibility watching serial with English subtitles, and my wife watched some serial with Spanish subtitles, Spanish subtitles, and in Spanish.
What about Max? Hold on a second. Can I ask you how much the subscription to Netflix cost? How much does it cost?
Yes, I know. 11,000
a month.
Sorry, 1,100.
1,100. 1,000.
1,000. Yes, 1,100. Yeah.
A month.
A month.
Okay,
yes.
So here in the UK, for example, we have the subscription is just £5, so cheaper than with you guys over there. Maria, okay, let's ask Maria. Maria, do you know how much? Well, if you use Netflix, if you know this resource, do you know the price, or how much approximately it would be or could be?
Well, we are not subscribed to Netflix
or something
like that. No, but recently my husband did a subscription to Amazon Films. Just to watch some films. There are some series too, but I prefer to watch films. I think more or less we pay a year, no per month. I think not much. 30 euros a year. It's not much.
This is I just wanted, sorry Max to interrupt you, just wanted to show the difference. See, in Europe it's cheaper, but in Russia it's kind of like it could, I would say it's a bit expensive for people. Okay, so
yes, but I have chosen full
package,
full option, full package for 5 subscribers.
Okay, then it's
for 5 subscribers, and we can watch movie on computer, and my iPhone, my wife's iPhone, my son's iPhone, and my wife's cousin iPhone too. It's good. No, it's
handy.
Yes,
Удобно. It's handy. So
it's handy.
Then you can watch it on any device, and share it between yourselves. Okay, makes sense.
Yes,
so,
I started watching serial with subtitles, and this was useful for self-improve my English, and I found a lot of new words for me and new statement. And for example, yesterday I found new word, giddy up, and I cannot find this word in my dictionary. And
can you put it down in chat for us to see what's in chat? What's the word? Okay. So
giddy up.
What does it mean?
Keep walking. Keep walking. Yeah.
I'm not sure I can see chat now because I'm sharing the screen. But okay, so we'll know this phrase as well now. And when before quarantine, did you used to go to the cinema, like as maybe all together as a family, or you had no time for that, or it's something you don't fancy? Not to watch movies at home, but to go to the cinema.
Yes, we went to cinema once for months.
Ah, okay. So
yes, we did it hardly ever because we haven't got time. But I so love warm movies, warm cinema, warm cinema. I don't know how it English. It's there are very comfortable armchair when I can lie down and watching movie, watching.
Oh, and watch movie when you like kind of stretching your legs. And,
yeah.
Okay, so there are such like cinema.
Это мягкий кинотеатр?
Да, warm что ли?
Soft cinema.
Soft cinema.
Soft cinema. Okay, so yeah, when there are comfortable soft armchairs and you may like relax and almost
and sleep.
And sleep.
We watched in this cinema. We watched movie Once Upon in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio and other movie too.
And others. Okay, so let's. Even though I have got a list of questions, so I can scroll down and share some vocabulary or some phrases, words. Some of them I checked with local guys. I'm sure most of that you know, but or you may guess. So if you've heard anything before or not, there will be a couple of phrases. So local guys shared with me. So you may guess. Right, who else? Max, thank you very much. So you are a movie fan, aren't you? Or you and Tonya, you and your wife. Are you movie fans? Wow.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so
movie fans and couch potatoes.
Okay,
sometimes.
So Kate, what about your family and you yourself?
Our situation is the same as Max's because before quarantine we had a little time to watch movies, especially series, and sometimes maybe once a month we visit cinema. And once, I think about once a month, we visit a special psychological movie club. And it is very interesting because the leader of this club chooses very interesting psychological films. Movies and the group is about 10 persons. We watch the film and after that we discuss it and try to share our feelings about this movie and connection with our memories or problems or ideas. Maybe it is very interesting. And
can you take us with you up next
course.
time? Thank you, my dear.
Yes. So
and it's amazing that they found movies with very popular actors, but I have never heard about these movies. Sometimes we miss a lot of good movies.
Good films, yeah, I agree. So, and there is no basically maybe a proper resource, or you have to spend time to find out, to understand which film to pick up to watch, or which film is worth watching. So I agree, and maybe these such like portals as Netflix or others are good enough, but anyway, so there is no advice. You have to guess, right? So these clubs are these clubs where you get together and watch recommended film. I think this is a good idea. So maybe something we can do with you guys as well, to pick up some movie to watch, and then we can discuss. Let's do it for the next time. So,
okay.
Let's
and as Max during quarantine, I began to watch series, and I have a subscription Ororo TV to watch English series with English subtitles, and for Russian films I have Oka
also
TV.
So you've got a membership. You hold the membership,
yes.
So you pay for it.
Yes, but it's not so expensive. It's about 200 rubles a month.
Okay, so
and I have opened for myself series, because before I didn't like it. I think I had no time to watch it, and now I enjoy serials like Modern Love. Modern Love in English, and now we with my husband are watching serial Why Women Kill.
It's my favorite serial.
It's excellent.
Watch. Cool.
Why is it?
Yes, I commend you.
Is it is it a Russian serial or
no?
Women Kill. English or American or
Why women killed? Yeah.
Kill?
Yes. Why kill? Why women kill?
So
super.
Yeah.
It's story about long time. It's about different epic situation between women and men.
Maria, maybe something new for you to watch. Or have you heard about this serial? Sorry, Katya, I'm jumping over to Maria.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen most of the serials, sorry, because I prefer to see films because it's shorter and you can see the end in 2 hours. I don't know.
This is so you have no patience,
yeah, because I have no social time to follow a serial every day, unfortunately, but I would like to. But I take note to the Why Women Kill. I say no. Who knows? Perhaps in this
I noticed that you were putting that down. Or anything you can recommend, or maybe some good Spanish film. So maybe it's called like art house, like So it's like
art
very
house.
Not in English. There will be a different word. So maybe some.
Wow.
I
don't know.
Yeah, something.
Авторское. Может быть, оно авторское будет.
Авторское, да. Сейчас подумаю как. So we are talking about like not very, maybe not so popular films, but films created by, very like film producers with a very.
François Ozon, for example.
Very like Almodovar. So like film producers,
yeah.
you know, so like very, very special films, not for everyone, you know, so maybe something you can recommend. So or you may think and then tell us, or like, you know.
Almodovar films, they are very, you say perfectly, they're very concrete public. It's not everyone can understand these kind of films.
Yeah.
But they're so good. They're so good. They're very, I don't know how to say, make you think. I don't remember thinking.
This is like your home task, you know, so something.
Yeah.
But before, until I forget, join us in Telegram, in our Telegram chat. Do find some time to join us, because we share the link and we share some materials there. So and something you can share with guys, like films, you know, you can recommend.
And Spanish, I'm sorry, but I don't know. We see the most American films. Sorry, it's a bad thing. Okay, but Spanish, the last film I saw, a Spanish film, was it's a sitcom, very funny. It's a Super Lopez. Super Lopez is a funny hero, a funny superhero like Superman, but totally opposite the hero. It's for kids. I saw with my kids, but
well, all of us have got kids, so maybe something we can enjoy. As they may call it, like a family film, or some like a movie for family watching or something. So авторское кино or art film. So we are talking So we are talking about art films, like not for everyone. So if you can recommend something to think for you, right? Maybe like not right now, but yeah. So Katyush.
I remember 2 Spanish movies that I saw. Maybe Maria, you have heard about them. One of them is Sun's Room.
Sun's Room.
No, Room of the Sun. Sun. No, child.
Okay, sorry. It is difficult to recognize the film, because we know the films in Spanish, the title in Spanish. For that reason, it's very difficult to know.
Maybe translation. And 7 социопатов, 7 социопатов. Вы тоже не слышали?
Социопатов. Social. Wow. 7 like antisocial guys or something. You know,
yes,
like,
maybe.
So. Yeah,
комната сына и 7 социопатов. Такие очень артовые фильмы, но очень.
So yeah, so Katya says like these are maybe examples of art films.
I saw 7
and
Комната
сына. Yeah, the room of the sun's room, or the room of the sun, something like that. If to translate into English. So we are translating from Russian anyway. So in Spanish, this could be something else, you know. So this is the language things. Okay, let me ask Anton. So Anton, what about you? What are your movie preferences? So how do you guys watch films there? Do you go to the cinema, or do you like maybe horror films? You know.
I like different genres of films, different kinds of films. If it have good
plot, сюжет,
directions, acting.
Actors.
A well-made film is a good film, I think. So, from this point of view, genre doesn't matter. But I have preferences. Of course, I like science fiction, fantastic films.
Any film you can recommend or you like? So Try to translate into English, but you can name it in Russian anyway for us as well. We will recognize it maybe. So,
for example, for the last time I watch serial that named Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Yes, it's a serial in the genre of science fiction. It talks about the future of our civilization, what ugly forms it can may take if it will be developed that way as it developed now. For example, one of episodes talks about how people have implants in their minds, in their brains, and can see the rating of likes in social networks, and its rating has influence in all their life, and all their life depends on its rating. They didn't have good job without high rating. They didn't have good service anywhere without high rating, and they ready to all actions, all crazy actions for high rating.
So do you think that this is something? Do you think that this is something where, well, we can have in our life, in a way? Is it something, or is it something that could be real in our life? What do you think? Or it's like it's a totally fantasy, somebody's fantasy.
Maybe it will take place in our life in the future. It's something take place now, but no in that form, because they showed more high technology than we have now in our life. But it maybe.
It's Antosh, it's scary to leave. It's scary to leave. So
scary to leave.
Scary to leave. So, well, technology will kill
serial, us. Show how it's scary to leave, and it will be in the future.
Okay, so what do you watch with kids, or do you watch anything together, like as a whole family? Do you go to the cinemas to watch these stupid American films? Not all of them.
My kid doesn't like watch cinemas. He like multfilms.
Cartoons.
Cartoons. He like cartoons. Different as смешарики, etc.
So, well, they are still young. So your boys, you've got two boys, no? A boy and a girl.
Two boys.
Two boys. So your boys.
But the one boy is 22 years.
22. Oh, 22. So he doesn't. A little boy. Yeah. So he doesn't watch смешарики anymore.
He doesn't. He lives in Moscow.
Okay. So he lives in Moscow. What's that he's doing there? If it's okay to ask this question. He studies there, or he works?
He studies and works now.
Okay. So
Maria tried leave us.
Yeah, Maria, so thank you. Do you need to go? Antosh, hold on a second. Maria, do you need to go?
Sorry very much, because
You
my
have to.
children are fighting, are playing. It's very difficult to concentrate. Sorry very much.
It's okay. So do you have to go? You have to go. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. It's okay. Thanks for joining. And
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. So lovely to see you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Enjoy your time with boys. Enjoy your time with boys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Thanks.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So Antosh, back to you. And do you have nice cinemas in the place where you live? Do you live in Nizhny Novgorod, right?
No. Верхние Луки.
Верхние Луки. So okay.
Великие.
Великие.
Almost guess.
Great looking.
Great looking. Do you have nice cinemas there? Like, you know, infrastructure where you can spend some family time, or, you know, like with soft cinema with, like, you know, comfortable chairs and stuff.
We have 3 not so big cinemas, but one of them bigger than 2 others. We quite seldom go to the cinemas. We prefer to watch at home. Cinemas.
To watch Смешарики at home.
Смешарики, of course. Usually, I and my wife every Friday evening find some movie or some serial and watch with dinner. We like to spend time even Friday evening
with a glass of wine, or not glass, a bottle of wine, and some bottles of beer.
Some bottles of beer.
Yeah.
Have enjoy.
Pleasure time. So let me ask you a question. So did you manage to guess? I'll list some more phrases for you. Did you manage to guess, like, any new phrase for you? I have got 2 phrases that local guys shared with me. I wanna try to guess which one. Let me scroll down from the top. I think this was the last slide. Yeah. So try to guess. So anything from this slide?
Western.
Well, Western. This is what I guess. This is what you could know. Western, like, if to translate into Russian, or the word we know in Russian, Western. Let's move further. It's on this slide. This is a hint.
Sitcom.
Do you know what type of movie it is? Sitcom.
It's a serial.
Serial. It's a comedian serial or a comedy serial. Sitcom.
As a Friends.
Friends, sort of, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
What do you know? What difference series of serial, guys?
I've no idea. Well,
serial or series?
Serial.
Yeah, I can explain. Only
in
Russian.
Давай.
Окей, Russian. Типа series это тот сериал, который, когда, ну, ты, типа, можно ассоциировать с этими хлопьями, когда ты сидишь и ешь, как series.
Я что-то где-то видела.
И когда у тебя от одной серии до последней одна линия сюжетная, то есть как фильм такой растянутый, нескончаемый, ты нескончаемо ешь вот эти хлопья и смотришь этот сериал. А сериал — это когда одни и те же герои, но каждая серия новая история какая-то.
А ситком тогда?
А ситком — это вообще не об этом, мне кажется.
Ну вот я посмотрела, я тоже особо не знала значения, но я посмотрела, и ситком это ну, какой-то комедийный сериал, который, да, одни и те же герои из эпизода в эпизод переходят.
Играют, да?
Да, играют. Ну вот почему
Ситкомов, я так понял, что там смысл просто в диалогах, там они...
Почему ситком, вот не знаю, как-то не совсем понятно тогда
Вот с
разница.
ситкомом тоже разобраться надо, потому что ситком для меня это типа то, что, может быть, там, ну, на книге, может, базируется, на еще на чем-то.
Нет, я думаю, что если по аналогии с ромкомом, да, ромком — романтическая комедия,
Да.
а ситком — это тоже какая-то комедия. Надо только
Это
понять, что значит
ситуационная.
сит.
Сиди, хохочи, короче, да?
Это
Типа
ситуационная.
комедия положений?
Да, комедия, это и есть комедия положений, да.
Вот,
Так
комедия
что...
положений, да, ситуационная. Ну, то есть, получается,
Да.
тогда в каждой серии какой-то мини-сюжет, который ну, не переходит или не согласуется со
Нет, здесь вопрос, видимо, не в сюжете, а в самом юморе.
Да, там ради юмора фильм.
Типа...
Там вот этот за кадром смехом, вот этот, который...
окей.
Типа...
Вот, окей. Ну, вот и поговорили про это. Okay, so let me check. So any phrase you can guess from this slide? Okay, I'll help. To binge watch. I've never heard about this phrase. So this is what local guys told me. The kind of like sad phrase when you watch some movie non-stop, or it's really, really fascinating. Fascinating, такой прям захватывающий. So fascinating film. What else? Any new words you learned at all? Or pretty much like familiar? Everything is pretty much familiar.
Ну вот supporting role. I didn't know this.
Supporting role.
Supporting.
Support это типа автор.
Поддержка вообще-то, да?
Второстепенная роль.
Support, а это второстепенная?
Поддерживающая, да.
Поддерживающая роль.
Ну вот, so this phrase
Наташа, я хотел спросить по поводу слова «фантастик». Это значение именно имеется в виду как тут оценочное, да, фантастика? То есть нельзя сказать, там, я смотрю там фантастический сериал, фантастический сериал.
Не, это science fiction.
Да,
а фантастика
другое значение.
Научная фантастика, да.
Ну, да.
Да?
Да. Фантастика — это вот тоже, ну, часто говорят именно, да, что прекрасный, вообще великолепный, удивительный. Кстати, очень часто используют это определение. То есть какой, да. Ну, или как комментарий, типа, о, клево, там здорово, фантастик. So. And I think twists and surprises тоже. So something not very maybe like well known, but it's related to specific or like cinema or movies, like conversation. So and controversial topics, some unusual topics or some unusual themes covered or discovered in the serial or movie. Predictable ending, ridiculous. Ridiculous. If you know this word, it means like stupid.
Нелепый,
да.
Да. So ridiculous. Даже, кстати, про ridiculous тоже говорят в смысле, ну, это глупо или как-то да, нелепо, глупо.
It was ridiculous,
да, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, да. What else? Well, some phrasing. Вот, кстати, by Almodovar. Cinema that speaks about future. Also, the stories are based on past. So, do you agree, Max, with this saying or this quote? So, one about
cinema is language that speaks about future, although the stories are based on past. Yes, I agree with this statement, because I think it's true, but I think people who read books every time will will do manage people who watch movie or serial.
Will manage.
Do you understand me?
Will, что хотел сказать? Will
Manage. Ну, типа, руководить или вести за собой.
Will manage. А do зачем? Не нужно. Will manage. So, or
will manage.
Or will lead those who watch movies. So what's the idea? You want to say that it's always better to read books, or it's not better, but maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Kat, agree?
Yeah, I like watching history stories and movie based of historical movies and movies based of true story, and I think classical movie as classical literature is literature are really important for future, because time is gone, but people doesn't change a lot, and stories типа stories
повторяются.
Yes, stories playback and playback, repeat and repeat.
They repeat again and again. Or life stories, жизненные истории, or real stories from life. Repeat again and again. So
yes, Kate.
I was going to ask something to say.
Kate.
I agree with Max because I think when we read books, we use our imagination. Yes. But when we see movies, we use imagination of director of film and other people who made this film.
Producer imagination.
Yes, and on quarantine, I have watched the serial of Тихий Дон. Of new serial, and I like it so much. Of new serial of Тихий Дон. I think it's great, and I have a lot of impressions, a lot of feelings about it. But I think the Roman, да, как ударение? Roman?
The novel.
Роман.
Or the plot,
the novel.
Or the story, the whole story.
I think the novel is better because we can imagine different details of beautiful nature, of sides of characters of heroes. I think it's better. I haven't saw a film that would be better than novel.
Than the novel itself.
Yes, I've seen a lot of fantastic, beautiful movies based on classical novels, but all of them are a little bit or much worse than the original novel.
The original book.
Because when we can use the original book, yes. Yeah. When we can use our imagination, I think it's better.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with you.
What do you think about this quote? I would agree.
A film that was better than original novel. It was.
Which one? Yeah.
про хоббитов.
About hobbits.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of Rings.
Lord of
Lord of the Rings. I read the books. It's I didn't like it. The film, I was like, I think the film is better than books.
Than the book. So what do you think about this quote? We love films and storytelling as people. It's just a human compulsion to listen and tell stories. Compulsion. Do you know, or can you guess the meaning? Or what's the idea? What did the author try to say? Max, can you guess? Can you explain? Where?
Compulsion.
Compulsion.
Компульсия – это такое навязчивое желание что-либо сделать.
So, quite right. Max, can you, this is, by the way, a good practical exercise. We will do it, like, we'll practice in mini groups with you. So how can you, how do you understand this quote, or can you explain it differently, or in other words? What does the author will want to say?
Can you repeat word?
Can you, how do you understand this quote?
About what?
Quote, это цитата. The quote you see on this slide. If you can you see my screen?
Sorry.
My fault. I should be more specific. So yeah, how do you understand this quote on the slide?
I lost. We love films and storytelling has people just a human. Oh.
Let's while you're thinking, let's ask maybe Anton and Katya. Katya, a couple of words.
Yes.
You're ready. Okay.
Yes, I agree with Kate, but Kate's story, unfortunately, don't about me, because I hate reading books, and I hated it from school. It was for me boring every time, because I hate boring every time, because I hate reading about natural and about details of типа
Описание, description,
описание,
long descriptions.
Long description, yes. Every time I wanted to sleep, and that's why I read really less at school, but I understand what this for my profession. It's worse. It's bad.
It's bad. It's not
bad.
so
it's
good.
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so good. That's why now I read time to time, and
from time to time.
I like interesting story, and I like true story. And
you mean to read? You like to read?
To read, yes.
To read. Okay. So you've made a progress. Okay, but let me ask Katya. Katya, how do you understand this phrase? Well, our film story.
I understand this phrase that to talk and to listen, it's our inner need, and it's out of our control. We do it because it's our nature. We need to talk, and we need to
tell,
listen to tell, and we need to listen fairy tales from our childhood, and now the movies and serials are the fairy tales as in our childhood. We need some space to go out from our real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
To live other lives, parallel lives, to imagine ourselves in other circumstances.
Consequences — это последствия, а обстоятельства — это circumstances.
Circumstances.
Can you write down this word in chat?
У меня, я сейчас, поскольку делюсь, ну, давайте я sharing I'll stop sharing and I'll put it down for you in chat. Consequences. Oh, in Russian. Как еще раз запомнили, нет? Последствия как?
Consequences.
Сейчас проверю спеллинг. So I'll check the spelling because it's quite complicated. Это consequences, это что?
Последствия.
А обстоятельства?
Нет.
Нет.
Вот это хорошее слово. Circusman, есть такое слово, да?
Circumstance.
Circumstance. So this is consequences, последствия. Circumstances, обстоятельства.
На траве трава, на траве дрова.
Туда. So, circumstances. Circumstances, обстоятельства.
Circumstances. Вот я запоминал, что в цирке что-то там станция. В цирке станция.
Очень креативно.
Ты смеешься? Я еще летом должен пройти курс по запоминанию многих слов. Там, знаешь, типа память развивать, как правильно запоминать английские слова. Ну, кстати, работает. Мне нравится метод.
Да, есть
Я буду тебе по секрету. Я тоже тебе по секрету скажу, как манеки.
Надо словосочетание запомнить. Consequences
are not circumstances, да. Ну, можно Да, кстати, есть эти техники, некоторые техники запоминания слов. Ну, вот Макс пусть потом поделится, если ему не жалко будет.
Advertisement я запоминал.
Advertisement,
сложное
да.
слово, там нужно себе ассоциацию придумать
Ну,
на
вот,
русском языке.
Так я и хотела.
Advertisement. Я себе придумал, что типа Эдвард тискает мента, advertisement.
А у нас так проперли. Значит, проперли так, как надо.
Don't spare me, please, don't spare me.
Ну да, какая-то ассоциация должна быть. Или какой-то, ну вот, какая-то эмоция, там, пусть это смех, вот что-нибудь такое придумать, какую-то абракадабру, тогда запомнится. Да, или какой-то, не знаю, обстоятельство, ну, какой-то...
Вот ridiculous мы запоминали как радикюль.
Ну да, или что там. Тоже сходу так не схожу.
Это все.
Это у меня зависает, ребят, или это у вас?
У меня зависает.
Вот.
У меня зависает, ребят, да?
У нас нормально.
У нас нормально.
Мой нетворк. Ну, смотрите, что мы, может быть, немножко тогда и свернемся, заканчиваем, да? Раз у нас сегодня такие самые преданные, самые интересующиеся. Что там, если пока чат открыт, нам что-то написала Мария. Видите же, да, чат?
Да, она молодец вообще.
То есть можно что-то фильм Los Lunas al Sol. Можно, кстати, запомнить его и, ну, то есть записать и посмотреть какой-то вариант на английском. В Гугле все можно найти. Так, что еще? А кто еще что-то она написала, да? Вот. Ну тогда можно посмотреть. Мы так делаем или нет? Мы что-то, какой-то фильм смотрим и потом обменяемся впечатлениями? Или как?
Как вы скажете?
Или какой-то тоже
Так
еще...
мы сделаем.
Или...
Посмотрим.
Да? Посмотрим? А может быть, взять, посмотреть как раз какой-нибудь Марии фильм? Давайте...
Давайте. Альмодовар очень крутой фильм. Ты не любишь Альмодовара?
Ну,
он такой непростой.
нет, я его люблю, но потом такие чувства сложные.
Да, ну что-нибудь...
Я услышал «Кожа, в которой я живу».
Мгм.
Какой-то жуткий там.
Ну, что-нибудь что-нибудь позитивное такое, да, хочется. Ну, чтобы было как-то подъемы какие-то были, ну, очень впечатления такие, которые будут заряжать. Не грузить, а заряжать. Я не знаю, давайте посмотрим вот этот фильм.
Я смотрел «Возвращение» от Альмодовара с этой, как ее называют, с Пенелопой Круз.
Ну, это
Мне
уже...
очень понравилось.
Это уже...
Я еще на английском я пока не готов, честно говоря, смотреть полный метр.
Я думаю, может быть...
Бесполезно, по-моему.
Ну, может быть, есть и на русском какой-то, или перевод, или что-нибудь такое. Ну, интересно посмотреть вот их что-то испанское. Мы знаем только одного режиссера у них. Ну, давайте решим. Или сейчас решим, или в чате решим.
Давайте будем смотреть, да и все.
Давайте, а что мы будем смотреть? Давайте решим,
Ну, вот этот вот фильм
что мы будем смотреть.
«Los
Вместе,
Lunas
да?
al
Какой-то
Sol».
фильм один, да?
Ну да, какой? Мы сейчас решим или как? Или вместе в чате
Да, конечно,
решим?
сейчас решим.
Давайте. Ну а что? То, что Мария предложила, или мы кто-то
Да,
что-то?
давайте вот этот Los Lunas.
Los Lunas. Давайте посмотрим, да. Антоша, тебе
Если
задать...
кто-то найдет ссылку, может быть, просит, если кто-то найдет этот фильм.
Да.
Ну, я нашел, он возникает, и все, 1:50 он идет, и там играет, между прочим, мой любимый Хавьер Бардем там играет. Я его просто обожаю.
Старый фильм.
Хавьер Бардем. 2002 года.
Нормально.
Да, он просто сказочный,
Ну, я думаю,
Этот
может
Хавьер,
быть... Я думаю, может быть,
неимоверный.
Антош, ну прям челлендж тебе. Ну, может быть, и на русском будут субтитры. По-моему,
Нет, он на русском
Он
есть.
дублированный есть, да?
Дублированный, конечно.
Ну, все
на
тогда.
русском идет.
Ну, тогда
Тогда мы
Поделись со мной
дублированный
экраном.
смотрим, а
Конечно,
обсуждаем уже
да,
по-английски.
Да. Ну,
А
чтобы
как он
не напряжно.
называется-то по-русски?
Макс, скинь нам
Подожди.
ссылку сюда.
Ой, девочки, прикиньте, на испанском, ё-моё, блин. На испанском он только.
А ты же говоришь...
И даже субтитры, ну я его сейчас Да, есть на английском.
Это для твоей Тони, да, на испанском?
Да. Угу.
Подожди.
Я думаю, что она с удовольствием со мной посмотрит.
А ты же сказал, что есть дублированный на русском, нет?
Ну вот, я смотрю сейчас, я просто в Яндексе забил, и
да,
тут
поискать
куча всего
надо.
вылетело.
Да.
Наверняка есть.
Поищем. Короче, мы выбираем этот фильм, кто что найдет,
Но
делимся в чат.
по-русски он называется Mondays in the Sun. На русском переводе. Ну, в смысле, ой, простите.
Я вот и думаю, я зависла, думаю, как это.
Солнечные понедельники это будет по-русски. Mondays in the Sun.
Mondays.
Очень крутой фильм. Mondays. Я очень крутой смотрел артхаусный фильм. Я не помню, кто режиссер. Называется «Пока не наступит ночь». Там играет Хавьер Бардем, и Джонни Депп, и Брэд Питт. Но я его смотрел в кинотеатре в Москве. Это был, наверное, 2002 год. 35 миллиметров. Есть такой единственный кинотеатр в Москве, который показывает крутые артхаусные фильмы, которые идут венецианская программа показывает. пока не наступит ночь, ну, как-то вот он там вот так, звучит так по-русски, но мне было сложно его найти. Если хотите, я вам скину ссылку, там история, типа, про испанского писателя, который, типа, гей, который пытается покинуть страну, и они все там играют геев. Ну, в общем, такая сложная история, жизненная, там так интересно показано. Ну, базируется на, опять-таки, истории жизни известного писателя.
Ну, тогда кидай в чат, и кто найдет какой-то бесплатный ресурс, вот это вот Los Lunas. Да. Okay, guys. Ну что, сворачиваемся. So, let's wrap up. Let's finish. Thanks for your time. Antosh, well, see you in a month, but, well, you are always welcome to drop something into our chat, just to say hi or something. So, because we meet guys occasionally anyway. So, hopefully next time when we meet, it will be end of July. So we will live life in full by then, and we have got a lot to share or to tell each other how we spent our summer holidays or something like in schools. Okay, thanks a lot. A big hug to all of you. And we will, Max, just if you could invite Maria to our Telegram chat so that she could stay with us. Or just...
Okay, I'll try.
Just tell her that she has to join Telegram to be able to join our chat.
I'm not sure what she uses Telegram or WhatsApp, because we tried to connect in WhatsApp and we couldn't do it.
Okay. Well, at least you can send her the link and she can work it out. It's not a big deal if she wants, because we may lose her if not you. Right, so we may just lose here. So she could work out how to join our chat there.
Okay, I'll ask you about her Spanish number, and maybe we will try do it ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
Right, guys. So enjoy your weekend. So.
Круто, что нас было мало. Я так рад вообще.
Почему, Макс?
Мы наговорились.
Ну да, когда людей немного...
Меньше, тем лучше.
Да, ну в плане языка так это точно, ну, чтобы не больше там 5 человек, чтобы можно было, каждый мог сказать.
Ну, Марина извинялась, у нее интернета нет, а Ирина тоже извиняется, у нее там что-то в семье случилось, она вынуждена уехать была прям в последние минуты. Позвонил брат, и она уехала.
Ничего. Я думала, девчонки кто-то... Да. Я думала, девчонки к нам не остановила.